Well, good evening, Australian disc golfers, and welcome to the 2024 ADG Tour Awards Night. Please note that this evening will be recorded. To begin, I would like to acknowledge that we are meeting on Aboriginal land and we pay our respects to elders past and present and recognise their continued connection to land and country. And I hope as you play your next round, you can take a moment to reflect on the beautiful land that we play on. I am Emily Cameron, Secretary of ADG, and I'm on Awabakal and Worimi land. And it's my great pleasure to introduce our host for the evening on Gubby Gubby and Jinnaburra land, newly appointed chairperson of ADG, it's Jeremiah Flickenjaw.
Thanks, Emily, and thanks for everyone that's joining. And because we are recording this, hopefully, if you didn't catch us on the night, you're catching this in the days to come. It's been a great year in disc golf across Australia. So from the ACT Championships, or the Sizzlers, known to many, Tassie Open, the Vic Open, the Queensland Open, the Perth Open, the Eruption, the Australian Disc Golf Championships, and World Team Championships here in Australia this last year. It's been a great year, and we're already into 2025. So we'll talk about the 2025 ADG majors and the schedule as it is currently. So on the 14th through 16th of February, we'll have the ACT Championships, or the Sizzler. From the 8th to 10th of March, we have the Tassie Open. We have from the 25th of April, the Vic Open. And then skipping forward to July here in Queensland, the Queensland Open, the New South Wales Open coming in October, the Mount Gambier Eruption at the end of October. Those are, I think, recently announced dates. And we are closing in on having a finalized date for the Australian Disc Golf Championships in Western Australia. All right, on to the awards. So for
There you
tonight's
go.
podium finisher,
Jeremiah hosting it.
sorry, who is that? I thought maybe we had a question. That's okay. We'll keep moving then. So for tour awards, we have the podium finishers all receiving a custom bag tag made by Bespoke Disc Golf. So we've done that for the past few years. And the podium finishers will each be receiving one for their respective place. All division winners will receive a 1-year paid PDGA membership. So we'll be in touch with you following tonight's award ceremony to work out how you'd like to receive that and for what year. And then for our MPO and FPO winners, they will receive the ADGTour Perpetual Trophy. All right, Emily, should we get started with the FJ15s?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Coming in third is Ayla Nicholson with 4 vents and 345 points. And throughout tonight, the only thing I ask is please applause and give a little bit of noise for each of the podium finishers. So great job, Ayla. Thanks, everyone. All right, and in second place, another Nicholson, Miley Nicholson with 474 points and 5 events. Great job, Miley. And finally, for first place in the FJ15 classification is Lily Nicholson Love with 7 events and 697 points. Lily had an outstanding season. I'm just having a look back here at the results. She had a total of 6 first place finishes in the FJ15 division with only one, we won't call it a loss, but she finished second at the Malong Cup. So nearly a sweep for the season, finishing first in almost every event that she played. So great job to Lily, Ayla, and Miley in the FJ15 group. Well done.
If
All
you're a
right.
place getter and you're on the line, turn on your video and give us a wave.
There we go. I see a few waves. Well done. Good job, ladies. And next up then is the MJ15 division. In third place is Tom Baker with 5 events and 379 points. Great job, Tom. Congratulations on your podium finish on the ADG Tour this season. So again, congratulations. All right, coming in second is Tobias Weber with 8 events and 654 points. So again, congratulations, Tobias. Well done on your second place finish in the MJ15 group. All right, we're gonna have to add, I think, some audio for for next year. And finally, this is somebody I know personally. He and his parents drive um, for 2 hours, at least once a month to visit us here on the Sunshine Coast just to play on our league day. He's often out there before anybody else doing practice putting, working on his game. He's not just done very well, I think, in the MJ15 division this year, but he's played in Open, he's played in MA1, and that is Joe Paul from Queensland. So congratulations, Joe, on your first place finish in the MJ15 division. I believe this will be the last time we see Joe competing in divisions below MA1. So congratulations, Joe. All right. Um, Next up is our FA4 division. So in our FA4 division, coming in third is Lauren Tuvey. So congratulations, Lauren. 5 events played, 355 points. And coming in second is Rachel Kerrigan with 5 events and 428 points. So congratulations, Karen, on your second place finish in the ADGTour in the FA4 division. And finally, in our FA4 division, our first place winner for the ADGTour is Taylor Clark with 5 events and 495 points. Just having a look back at Taylor's stats, again, a very impressive year in the FA4 division, 3 first place finishes, a sweep on the podium, so finishing no less than second place in all other events played on the season. So very well done, Taylor. What a great season, and congratulations on your first place finish in the FA4 division. All right. So next up is our MA3 division. And starting in third, this is also a Queenslander, someone I know, someone I see often here at the Sunshine Coast for league days, is David Eames with 8 events played, 546 points. I believe this was David at the Aussie Disc Golf Day dressed as Steve Irwin. So congratulations, David, on your third place finish and great work this season. Next is Gethin Barden, and apologies if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. It's the best I could come up with, but with 6 events and 586 points. Well done gathering that many points with just 6 events played in the year. That's very good, and congratulations to you on your second place finish. All right, and in first place in the MA3 division is Mitch Evers with 8 events and 685 points. Again, Mitch having a very impressive season, although only having the one win at Mount Gambier, so winning an ADG major in his division, having several podium finishes and just consistent results throughout the season. So congratulations, Mitch. Really well done on your MA3 win on the ADGTour. Well deserved, and looking forward now to the FA2 division. In the FA2 division, coming in third is Julie O'Donoghue with 7 events and 607 points. So congratulations, Julie. Well done. And coming in second is Margaret Trell with 9 events and 639 points. So well done, 9 events. That's a lot of time out on the course playing competitive disc golf. So well done, Margaret, on your second place finish in the FA2 division. And then finally, in first place on the ADGTour for FA2 is Anita Weber with 8 events and 674 points on the tour. Outstanding results for the season, Anita. Very well done. Again, just looking back at your results for the season, can see that you also, outside of this division in the FA1, finished first in 3 events, first in most of the events played in FA2, along with nothing but podium finishes in the season on FA2. So what an outstanding season, and well-deserved on your first place finish.
Anita also represented Austria at the World Team Disc Golf events over in Perth. So great achievement.
Oh, well done, Anita. And thanks for that, Emily. I didn't know that. So that's fantastic. Well, very good to all of our FA2 players and a lot of disc golf played between the three of them and very good disc golf from what I can see. So well done and well deserved. All right, we're moving very quickly, but we're going to continue on to the MA2 division. So in MA2, coming in third is Pin Liu. So Pin with 9 events played, so a lot of events on the calendar and 534 points. Well done, Pin, on your third place finish. Very well done. And in second place, we have Jake Kaufman with 6 events and 552 points. So very well done to Jake on your second place finish. And then for the first place in our MA2 division on the ADGTour is Kaylin Haramis with 6 events and 593 points. Kaylin also had a fantastic season. So again, looking back with 3 wins, including the Australian Disc Golf Championships. So I imagine very happy with the way his season turned out. And just overall very impressive results, including a second place finish in the MA1 division. So very impressive and definitely someone to look out for, I imagine, in the MA1 division this coming year. All right. So I think this is where we'll slow things down a minute. I may actually, and kind of throwing this on Emily, but I have her kind of cover the next award. This is one that we've done in the past, and I'll kind of come to this next slide. But Emily, you want to give a little bit of background on what this is and why it means something to the people that receive it?
Yeah, so the Frequent Flyer Award is recognizing a person who has traveled a lot in the year to play the tour events. So they've usually come from all over the place. I think Tim Bowen has been a frequent winner of this one, but might be a surprise this year, I think.
All right.
Yeah, it's great to see people traveling all over for events.
Well, I'll give a hint. Tim has played a lot of events this season, but it was Jade Brady with 13 events played, so more than one event a month in 2024 to take the Frequent Flyer Award. So well done, Jade, and that may be some foreshadowing for later as well. All right, so let's get back to our division winners, and we'll go on now to the MA50 class. So Jeff Brunsting in third place with 10 events, so not far off of our frequent flyers, with 631 points. So well done, Jeff. Good job getting out and playing a lot this last season, and look forward to seeing you out there again this year. Next up, oh, well, sorry. Let's try that again. So we have Jeff, and next we have Michael Cansey with 7 events played, 639 points. So finding a lot of points across the 7 events played. So well done, Michael, on your second place finish in the MA50 division on the ADGTour this year. And our first place finisher in the MA50 division for the Australian Disc Golf Tour is Carrie Edwards. So congratulations, Carrie. Well done on your first place finish with just 6 events played. Very well done to get the points necessary to win on the tour. Again, just looking back at his results in the MA50 division, I believe it was 6 first place finishes followed by all podiums. So a lot of disc golf played and very good job out there this last year, taking down victories. And obviously that's then culminated in a ADGTour win at the end of the season. So congratulations to Carrie and great job this season with all of the golf that you've played. All right. Next up is the FA1to division. Coming in third, this is a Queenslander, Tanya Behan, 602 points. Great job to Tanya with 8 events played. Very, very well done. Someone, again, often on the road, making long trips to play disc golf. So very well deserving and good job this year, Tanya, on making the ADGTour podium. Next up in the FA1to division, coming in second, is Joanne McCamish. So 8 events played, 636 points. Very well done to Joanne. Good job on your podium finish this year on the FA in the FA40 division. And that then leads us to our first place finisher in FA40, Carol Hartley. So Carol with 8 events and 714 points on the tour. Well done to Carol. Very good results this year. Again, just looking at Carol's results, almost entirely first place finishes with a few second place finishes sprinkled in there. I think it was a total of 8 first place finishes across all the events played, including a second place finish in FA2. So very well done to Carol Hartley this year with all of the disc golf results that you've seen. So good job, Carol. Okay, now coming up is the MA40 division. So in MA40, in third place is John Shablom. John coming out of Tassie with 9 events played, 581 points. Anyone that's met John, he's a very fun person to be around. So I imagine the people on his cards this season really enjoyed playing with him. And clearly he enjoyed his disc golf with a third place finish and a podium on the ADGTour. Next, in the MA40 division, finishing second is Matt Beard with 8 events and 629 points. Don't personally know Matt, but that's impressive results, pulling in a lot of points across 8 events. So congratulations to Matt. Well done on your second place finish in the ADGTour. And coming in first in our MA40 division for the Australian Disc Golf Tour in 2024 is Lee Thompson with 9 events played and 652 points. So congratulations, Lee. Well done this season. Just having a look back over Lee's results in the MA40 division. There's a mix of things in here, including some leagues, but just dominant results, a lot of first place finishes. Quite a few podiums, very good disc golf throughout the entire season, and very deserving of your ADGTour win this year. So great job, Lee. Much appreciated for you showing up for all of those events, and well done when you were out there. So congratulations. Okay, so that's been a bit of a speed race getting us to here, and we wanted to make sure we had time to talk about our volunteers. So for me, this is an important thing for us to all discuss, something for us to all remember. Across Australia, disc golf is entirely led and made possible by volunteers. I'm sure many of you watching this or many of you on this call at some point have volunteered in some capacity. So it's an opportunity for me and the rest of Australian disc golf to say thank you. Everything that we've done in the sport, every achievement is come on the back of the dedication, the talent, the hard work of people like you. Uh, as far as I'm aware, there are no paid staff in disc golf across Australia. There's no corporate teams that work behind the scenes to make these events happen, to make the initiatives, the programs, and all of the successes we see in the sport here in Australia become a possibility. It's the hard work, the dedication, the people literally rolling up their sleeves to clear fairways, to do working B days. All that time and energy makes a huge difference. And so it's not just about your time and energy, but also I want people to think about what volunteering is and what it means. Those volunteers and their contributions are not just contributing to today, but they're shaping the future of disc golf here in Australia. And that work's going to create all of the opportunities for us to continue enjoying the game we love, but it builds community, it fosters a sense of belonging, and it provides future generations to come with the opportunity to play the sport that we all love. So thank you for leaving a legacy. Thank you for your impact, and know that your impact will outlast all of us. In that spirit, we've introduced a few new categories this year. We recognize that these categories were introduced sort of last minute towards the end of the year, so we had just about 16 days to open it up for nominations. So just to be clear, these awards and these nominations that we'll talk about tonight, they are based on what people were able to pull together within that 16 days and provide to us. So in coming years, we're going to review that process. We'll have more time to take in nominations, to take in stories. But what we did receive was really great. And so we're going to get into that. But before we do, I think there are two really important events from this last year that we want to take a moment to recognize, and know that we can't recognize everyone and all the contributions from people across Australia that have made disc golf happen this year. But these two events are really big efforts, really big jobs to pull off. And so we wanted to start with talking about how Australia was home to the 2024 World Team Disc Golf Championships. Hopefully all of you can take a lot of pride in that. I know that I do. I know that the people I've talked to about this event have had nothing but amazing things to say. That effort was led by Ken and Sue Summers. Anyone that has met Ken or Sue, I'm sure you can see the passion and dedication that they bring to these events. Between Ken and Sue, they've contributed over 2,000 hours of time to make world teams here in Australia possible. Their commitment and support to disc golf in Australia really can't be understated. So, from myself and the rest of Australian disc golf, thank you, Ken, Sue, and the entire team that made world teams happen this year. Thank you very much. And you'll just have to hear all of our clapping from behind the muted screens. All right. Next, we'd like to take a moment to recognize the work of Kevin and Sharon Costa, the two responsible for hosting the 2024 Australian Disc Golf Championships in Malong, New South Wales. Having personally been involved in hosting Australian Disc Golf Championships in the past, I can attest to the energy, the effort, the stress, sweat, and tears that go into pulling these types of events off. So to Kevin, Sharon, and all of the team that made the Australian Disc Golf Championships possible this past year, thank you from all of us. Okay, so let's get into our first award for Tournament Director of the Year. Putting your hand up to be a tournament director, to put yourself kind of out there. Everyone's kind of looking to you to hold an event that meets their expectations. There's a lot of things you have to do to make sure that you're properly running the tournament to meet all of the sanctioning and rules requirements for PDGA. There's a lot to it and a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that are unseen. And our winner this year of this award, and we had several nominees, and I'm just going to ask you to bear with me for 2 seconds. I've lost my page that has all of the details on this, and I do want to take the time to read some of these nominations. Just give me a few seconds here as I pull that up. Emily, I might just try and ask you to help me out here and fill a little bit of space. I just want to pull these up because I don't want to miss talking through some of these nominations and some of the things people had to say.
Yeah, sure. So,
space for me, if that's okay.
Sure, I can fill with some stats. So we had 98 events on the ADG tour this year, or sanctioned by ADG. So that's a lot of TDs doing a lot of work to bring all them together. There's a lot of people who run multiple events, and there's some people who ran events for the first time. Last year we had the women's global event, so we increased the number of women who were TDing events, which was awesome. And yeah, we hope that continues. I'll draw attention that we do our TD mentoring program. So if anyone does want to become a TD, there is that program available to help you, and the state reps can help guide you through that process.
Lovely. And it can be a lot to do the first time. So I would highly recommend if you're doing this for the first time, or even just interested in what's involved, do reach out to the TD mentor program to get in touch with someone, just to kind of have a chat, see what they have to say about what's required of you to run an event, so you can get some idea, because you might find that it's not as intimidating as it seems. And we are always looking for more people to help run events throughout the country. So thank you to our TD mentors that make that possible. Speaking of TDs, one of our nominees was Wade O'Shaughnessy. Now, I've had the pleasure of going to a few of Wade's events. Wade puts a lot of time and energy into these events. Most people who have attended his events would have nothing but great things to say. I do want to just read some of these nominations aloud, because I think the people that took time to write them to us is great, but also there's some great stories in here. So in Wade's nomination, they said Wade was the first TDD, excuse me, was the first tournament director in Queensland that ran an event that could accommodate every skill level, including women. It was a fantastically run event, and a lot of work went into the layout and making sure everything ran smoothly. I can say from having been to Wade's events, that's very true. I've seen Wade running from one end of a course to the other. So thank you, Wade, for all your work, for all the events you have run and all the events you will run in the future. Well deserving on your nomination for TD of the Year. Next up, and this is, I will maybe paraphrase a bit of this because it's quite a long, and again, someone's taken a lot of time with this nomination to just outline all of the things that this tournament director's done. This nomination was for Blake Houston. For those that you've met Blake, he's a young guy who has taken on the effort of becoming a tournament director. And I'm just going to read some of the nomination here. So Blake ran an event for the first time this year. He stepped up to TD at the Chichester Pro at Chichester Disc Golf Course. While it was just a local C tier, it was the best run small event I have ever participated in. And so this nomination goes on for a few more paragraphs, just outlining specifics around all of the things Blake went on to do for a C tier event, including marking out the 10-meter circles, the level of professionalism and all of the promotional materials, the filmed practice round, the filmed fly-throughs. There's just so many little details that's clear Blake went to make that event happen. So that kind of passion, dedication is definitely worthy of a nomination, and congratulations to Blake on his nomination this year. Next up, and we've talked about this briefly earlier, but Kevin and Sharon Costa receiving a nomination for what was in this nomination. The two ran a seemingly perfect national championship on a well-designed and challenging course. The amount of behind-the-scenes factors such as food vans and seating, water and snack stations, and extra toilets added the extra touch to the tournament. Overall, a very enjoyable event, and the entire atmosphere was constructed on their enthusiasm for disc golf. Would happily attend another competition run by them with an exclamation point. I've had the pleasure of working with Kevin and Sharon on a few things and just being around them on the occasion, but also just hearing from other people in our community how amazing both Kevin and Sharon are. So thank you to Kevin and Sharon. And thank you to the person that nominated Kevin and Sharon for that award. Next up is Michelle Schultz. Michelle Schultz received 3 different nominations. Again, people going to great lengths to write very detailed nominations for Michelle. I'll read a few of them here, but we'll try and include some of this in our socials as well. But I'll just start with this one. Michelle's resolve to deliver the best standard event possible is evident with the success of the 2024 eruption. Her planning and organization for every eruption rarely rests, and with myself also teaching events, it becomes almost a daily conversation in our household. Volunteering immense amount of her time and living in a house that often resembles a warehouse are some of the sacrifices she makes for the role. Humble and shy, Michelle tries to stay behind the scenes, but is exceptional at coordinating with volunteers, councils, sponsors, players, plus her leadership inspires those around her at Mount Gambier and greater Australian disc golf communities are better from her dedication, resolve, and results achieved. Another said a huge amount of planning and behind the scenes work was required to run this year's eruption, not to mention the work that was required on the 3 days and nights of the tournament. 3 cheers for Michelle. I think we can all agree with that. This year we did nominations and selection by committee. We'll have more details and more lead time for next year. But this year's Tournament Director of the Year, selected by ADG, is Michelle Schultz. So congratulations, Michelle. Sounds like you ran an excellent event. I've been to Mount Gambier. I've played the eruption in previous years. It is hands down one of the best events in the country. So congratulations, Michelle. Very well deserved on your Tournament Director of the Year award. Very, very good. And excited to see that Michelle was selected for that award. And again, that I just want to make sure that it's said there's so many people that are worthy and deserving of this award. We have to make decisions, and we're doing the best that we can with these nominations and selections, and we'll only try and do better at it in years to come. But I really enjoyed reading all of the nominations for this award, so very well done. All right, next up, and in line with our Tournament Director of the Year, is our Tournament Director Mentor of the Year. I think Emily maybe has a little bit more knowledge on this person and their involvement in the Tournament Director Mentor of the Year involvement. Just that I've only recently joined ADG, and this mentorship program's been around for a while. But I think maybe Emily, I might hand this one over to you.
Yeah, sure. So the Tournament Director Mentor Program was started by Kingsley Flett, a legend of his own. And this person has been mentoring TDs ever since then. He has the most TDs that he has mentored. I think that's 10 overall. But yeah, so the process is you go through a checklist, you work with that person to run an event, and by the end of it, they should know, well, they should have all the skills necessary to run their own event and feel a lot more confident. So it's a great program to be part of, and it's really great to have people of this caliber stepping up to help the next generation of TDs. So congratulations, Chris Kalut. Well done on being a great mentor.
Sorry, Emily, I was 1 second too slow with the click. Congratulations, Chris. If you're someone who has run tournaments, again, please reach out to us. We'd love to get you involved in this mentorship program. We also this year hope to start providing more resources for tournament directors, providing a resource room, so a place you can go and find documents, tutorials, videos, and more information about running events, template budgets, all of those sorts of things. But there are people out there with all of that knowledge in their head, and they're really happy to share it. You just need to reach out, and we hopefully can help facilitate that. But thank you, Chris. And am I wrong, Emily? But Chris also was the team manager for Team Australia this year, which is
yeah, he was one of the team managers with Aaron. Yeah, so yeah, great work that he's done last year.
Yeah, so thanks, Chris, to all your contributions this year within the sport. Okay, next up is our Volunteer of the Year, and I would love actually to read all of these nominations, but there are pages of comments here, so I'm just going to stick to the individual selected for Volunteer of the Year. I think just in reading this nomination, it will give it away. So I will just jump to the end to tell you that our Volunteer of the Year for ADG is Kevin and Sharon Costa. So congratulations, Kevin and Sharon, not just on Volunteer of the Year, but for all of your efforts, all of the success you've had this year in running disc golf events. I'm just going to read one of because we received multiple nominations for Kevin and Sharon. So I'll start and end with this one. Kevin and Sharon not only ran ADGC, the largest and longest, it says one, but largest, I guess we mean the largest and longest tournament in the history of ADG, but they also ran 2 other large events during the year, as well as local club events. On top of this, they ran Central West Disc Golf Club, installed 2 new courses in the area to increase visibility of the sport and provide opportunities to play. Installing courses takes a lot of coordinated effort to liaise with councils, obtain funding, course design, and resources, and getting it all on the ground. Kevin also volunteered his time as a state representative for New South Wales, a role he held for a number of years. The hard work of Kevin and Sharon has seen the Central West Disc Golf Club post some impressive demographic stats as they work to encourage the local community to get involved. Their ability to welcome everyone to the club is evident in the number of female players, particularly those at either end of the age spectrum. It would be wonderful if their hard work was recognized with this award. So very nice things to say about Kevin and Sharon. I share those sentiments. I know from reading other nominations, there are others in the community that feel the same way. We have so many people deserving of this award, but very happy to see Kevin and Sharon being selected this year for Volunteer of the Year. So congratulations, Kevin and Sharon, and thank you again to all the volunteers across the country that make this sport possible. All right, so now back into our category or division winners. So moving into FA1. In third place in the FA1 division on the Australian Disc Golf Tour, it's Georgia Carroll with 8 events and 608 points. So congratulations, Georgia, on your third place finish in the FA1 division. It's getting more and more competitive in the FA1 division every year. So taking a podium is very deserving and well done getting to the podium this year. Next up is Leah Manning with 8 events and 632 points. Congratulations, Leah, on your second place finish in the FA1 division on the Australian Disc Golf Tour. Congratulations. And finally, the winner of our FA1 division is Kirsty Murray. Congratulations, Kirsty, on your year. Again, just having a look at some of Kirsty's results. Playing very well, including playing at the World Team Disc Golf Championships. Just looking at results here, a total of 7 first place finishes, only finishing second in 2 other events. So doing very, very well out in the FA1 division. I can only imagine it's a matter of time before we see Kirsty moving up into the FPO division. So we'll see what she decides to do in time. But for now, congratulations, Kirsty, on your first place finish in FA1. That's a big achievement. And congratulations on taking the top of the podium. All right, we're moving now into the Mixed Amateur 1 division. So finishing in third place out of Western Australia, someone I think a lot of people in the community know is Sean Dobbs with 7 events and 536 points. So congratulations, Sean. You've been playing some great disc golf, clearly, to make the podium this year, and out there playing a lot with 7 events. So congratulations to Sean. Next up, in second place in the MA1 division is Cade Ashton with 8 events and 562 points. Well done, Cade. Great job on the second place finish, being on the podium in the MA1 division. And in first place in the MA1 division is Bryce Winchester with 7 events and 607 points this year. Looking back at Bryce's results, Bryce had several podium finishes, but just overall consistent play throughout the year. And getting out and playing in a lot of events is what it took to take first place this year in the MA1 division. All right, congratulations to all of the MA1 podium finishers, and we'll now move on to the MPO, or sorry, MP40. I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, in the mixed professional 40 group, starting in third place is Matt Wallace with 8 events and 550 points. Congratulations to Matt. And in second place, deputy chairperson for the Australian Disc Golf is Chris Finn with 8 events and 632 points. From talking to Finn, it sounds like his disc golf game is coming back. It's coming back strong. He's feeling very competitive, and that shows in the results. So well done, Chris. Congratulations on your podium finish. And in first place in the MP40 division, someone I know really well, we play often together here on the Sunshine Coast, is Ryan Johnson with 8 events and 705 points, is your MP40 Australian Disc Golf Tour champion. So great job, Ryan, out there this year. Ryan, again, had another standout year. So across the year, in the MP40 division, a total of 4 wins, multiple podiums, including a podium at the Australian Disc Golf Championships. Ryan puts in a ton of effort and dedication to improving his game. and that shows with consistent results. So great job, Ryan. Congratulations on your MP40 ADG Tour win. All right, moving on now to our two professional open divisions, starting with our female professional open division. In third place with 6 events and 280 points is Claire Hussey. So great job, Claire, on your podium finish in the FPO. Now in second place in the FPO division is Gina Hill with 5 events at 290 points. So congratulations, Gina. Well done on your second place finish in the FPO. Very well done finding the podium this year. And that brings us now to first place in the female professional open division for the Australian Disc Golf Tour in 2024 is Sue Summers. Congratulations, Sue, on your first place finish. What a year between all of the World Team Championships work and all that you do for the sport, but also finding time clearly to practice, improve your game, and take first place honors there. So just pulling up Sue's statistics for the year, an FP40 dominant with 6 first place victories, only finishing at worst second place in 3 other events, including a first place finish in the FPO division. So very well done to Sue on all of your success this year in disc golf, and well done on first place in the FPO division. And now we're coming up to our final set of awards, this being in our mixed pro open division. It's getting more competitive every year. A lot of great players, more people reaching the high 900s and 1,000 rated statuses. So only getting more and more competitive, more and more MA1 players coming up and having standout weekends. In third place, someone who's had a lot of success, I think, in the MPO division is Austin D. Alessandro. So well done, Austin, on your third place finish. All right, very well done, Austin. But we still have 2 more to go. And starting with second place in the MPO, it's Blake Houston with 704 points and 9 events. Blake's been fun to watch. I've played a few rounds with him in tournaments. I think many people have probably had a chance to see him play as he's traveled around Australia with his family to play in most of I believe in all of the major ADG majors, and continues to do really well out there. So congratulations, Blake, on second place. And finally, in first place, our journeyman with 13 events played is Jade Brady. Congratulations on being our MPO Australian Disc Golf Tour 2024 champion. So congratulations to Jade, to Sue, and to all of the other division winners and podium finishers. Thank you so much for all of your time and dedication to the sport. And thank you to all of those who have been taking photos throughout the year. I am almost certainly missing some photo credits. We had photos coming in from all different directions, some with photo credits, some without. So if we missed you, let me know. I'd be happy to change the slide for you. But thank you so much for those that get out there and take photos for us. So Kingsley Flett, Shell Raglis, Chris Scott, Mike Spannenberg, and all of the other people out there taking photos on event days. And so, Emily, unless there's anything else to cover, I think that's a wrap for our 2024 Australian Disc Golf Tour Awards.
Yeah, the 2025 tour has started, so let's get out there.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Have a great evening, and we look forward to seeing you on the course.